Hey guys, today's a video about me talking about my bookshelf. So I have this IKEA 9 pocket, is that the right word? 9 cubby bookshelf from IKEA.
I do plan on getting another one of these and having it on top over here, and then mounting the two tops together, and then mounting both of these tops when I do get a top one.
Look, another one mounting it to the wall because I do live in an area where sometimes we do get really bad earthquakes. So yeah, I'll be going through all of them one by one, and I'll be explaining every single one, and we'll be having a little chart up here of books I've read and not read and then how many books in total I have. This is something that I've collected recently. I've recently developed a love of reading during COVID era. I think 2021 was the year that I started kind of reading, and then I started to get really into it in 2022, and since then it's been a slow growing collection. I will not be showing the top of my bookshelf all that much unless you want to see that.
But basically I have my Rare Beauty collection of all Rare Beauty items, my all my makeup brushes, mascaras, liners, lash curler, my jewelry. This side has silver jewelry, this side has gold jewelry, plus my scrunchie collection. This is just where I organize all my papers of different sorts, and all my candles, and then my stuffed animal that I had since I was a baby, and then a little light. Yeah, my vitamins are over there. As you can see, my candles, my Rare Beauty hand lotion. But yeah, that's
all I'm gonna go into depth, and then my medals that I've gotten, and then the painting that I did. So let's get into the actual main part of the tour. So this is my albums. From here to here are mainly my Western albums, and then from here to here are my Stray Kids albums. So I have my Nachibong light stick. I bought this from Amazon not too long ago. I have a review video on my Yunmoji Beanstalk account on TikTok. I'll put it up here. But basically it does work. It just doesn't have any batteries in here, but it does like spin.
Actually, I recently, when I went to Stray Kids concert, these ends here that stay on chipped, so my dad fixed it with some metal so that way it would actually stay, and that way if I drop it, it doesn't get, get ruined.
So but otherwise I have this little miniature candle from what was it, Bath and Body Works, I think, from like 2015 2016. I got this little tiny like 3-ounce one for like, I think it was $4, $3-4 back then. And then obviously back there is the little box that the light stick came in. So here's like my, also this is, I keep this candle here from the other albums falling down, so that way it doesn't fall down. But here's all my Stray Kids. I'll briefly go through it. So this is my Ordinary album by Stray Kids, and then this is the jewel case with Sungmin, the other jewel case for Stray Kids. This is the No Easy, also Sungmin version. I bought these two from my local K-pop store in my local mall. This one I also bought from my local mall at the K-pop store. Also Rockstar Sungmin version of the, I was looking for the Han version and Bang Chan version, but they were both sold out. And Sungmin, there's 2 copies left of Sungmin for all of these, like 3 versions. So, and then I have the Maxident, which is the heart version, and then I have the Maxident Tea Crush version, and then I have this Stray Kids album. I'm not sure which, I don't remember which one this is, but, and then I have these 2 albums. I have this mirror, Cliche Mirror, Cliche One Mirror, and yeah. And then I also have the Cliche mini album Elevator. Yeah. Okay. So then here is an artist that is controversial lately and has allegations, but I loved her since I was in middle school, since I was like 12, 13. So, but I do have her K through 12. I'm not the biggest fan of these type of packagings when it comes to like albums. I'm not the biggest fan of these. I prefer it having actual jewel case in it. So I'm probably going to transfer this, like buy an empty jewel case and then make it, like redo it, cut it up, and then redo it into fit into a jewel case instead, because this is not comfortable to have. And then I have the Portals regular edition, and then I have the limited edition like Portals. Oh my gosh. I have the limited edition Portals edition Portals, where it just makes literally, it's like each part of her face and then together. I'll show a picture like up here somewhere of what it looks like together, but to make a whole face of the Portals creature. I'm not gonna sell them. I'm gonna keep them for now. She already has my money, so like it doesn't make any difference if I destroy it and ruin it. It makes no difference. I never understood that with fandoms destroying their merchandise after they bought it with their own money, like hard-earned worked money for. So yeah, I never understood it. Oh my gosh, I'm accidentally grabbing two albums. Okay. And then I have this Selena Gomez album. It came, like, the jewel case came scratched when I bought it, and so I got it in a discount. But I'm a #1 Selena Gomez supporter for sure. Oh my gosh. How do I do this without having anything fall? I have this Halsey album. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of this packaging. My arm is getting really freaking tired. I have this One Direction Take Me Home, which is one of my favorite albums from One Direction's careers. As a band, I also have Midnight Memories, another one of my favorite albums from them. I'm gonna go quickly because my hand is getting really tired. Sound Good, Feels Good, 5 Seconds Summer. And then I'm not gonna take everything out, but you get it and you can see it. I have AT's, two different versions of AT's single album, like a single that came out, which is Not Okay. And then I got Monsta X All About Love version 1. And then I got NCT 127 Neozone version N. I'm not the biggest fan of this packaging. I've talked about it on my TikTok. I was about to say Twitter. And then I have my Mel Martinez Crybaby album, my vinyl album. And then I have the After School EP, which is actually one of my favorite albums, like EPs that she came out with. So yeah. Then down here, if you can see it, I have here my book, which is basically my dark romance. I have here a bunch of Ali Hazelwood, because she's Ali Hazelwood. Oh my gosh, I'm mixing my authors. I have Anna Huang's books. I recently just got this one, and it's a sprayed edge, as you can see. But I also have this candle like this because it's the only way to prevent it from falling until I get the other two books from this series. And then the other, I think there's 4 books out in total of this series. So this series is like really almost so close to being completed. But the next, I don't have the 3rd and 4th book yet. I haven't got my hands on it. But yeah, I'm currently on Twisted Lies. And so I already bought the second 2 books on the next series. And yes, you do have to read the Twisted series in order to start reading this, the King of Sin series. So you have to read Twisted Love first, then Twisted Games, then Twisted Hate, then Twisted Lies, and then you can go with King of Wrath first, and then you read the King of Pride, then King of Creed, and then King of Sloth, if I remember correctly. But yeah, they're all it's all in the same universe. They're all connected. It's a whole connected series, and it makes it so much more fun and so much more enjoyable if you read it in the proper order. This one, this series is not connected to anything, so you don't need to read the Twisted series or anything. This is actually the first series that she came out with, and then the Twisted series came out, and right now she's working on the next few books. So far there's only 4 books released in terms of the King of Sing series, and then the next book, the book 6, was it book 6? No, book 5, yeah. Book 5 will be released in March of 2025 from what I can tell. But then I have Hooked, and it turns out I was planning on put this on hold because I thought that this was an interconnected series of the Never After series. I thought it was like all connected, but it's not. It's a series where it's like all fairy tales from Disney. So this one's a retelling of Peter Pan, but in darker, like dark romance sort of way. But they're not connected, so you can just read it any order you want to. So this one is a great one, and I heard this one was also good, The Priest. So I bought this from Target, and I have not read this, but really excited. And I think this is a series that is connected. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you have read this and if it's a connected series or not, or if you can just read it in any particular order, or if you can read it any way you want to. But I think, if I remember correctly, there's 4 books in total for this. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I would love to hear it, but don't spoil any of the books for me that I have not read. This one I bought from, as you can see from the sticker, I bought it from Barnes and Nobles, and I have not read this yet, but I've been wanting on reading this, and so I will read this. I think it's a great thing to read during the October because it's Peter Pan. It's like a Halloween-y sort of vibe. But yeah, obviously these 2 haven't read. This one is currently reading, as you can tell from my little book tab. I have read this one. This one, I would rank it number 1 in terms of the Twisted series. This is number 1 for me. A lot of people didn't like Twisted Hate because of how realistic the relationship was, but I actually loved it, and I didn't think Josh would be that way in bed with Jules. As you can see, I have a bunch of tabs, so you can tell I really, really loved this book. And my parents and a lot of my friends don't understand why I have tabs in my books, but it's a way for me to record my feelings and thoughts without actually writing in the actual book. So here you can see all of the tabs and what tabs mean what. So this actually took me like 2.5 months to read because I am a slow reader, so it takes me a little bit longer to get through a book, but this was actually really, really good, and I could not put this down. I definitely loved this so much. I really want one of the books from the King series to be just like this one. Sorry, background noise. I had to take care of it for a second, but I was saying that I really want one of the King series, or I'm hoping one of the books from the King series will be similar, like, relationship as Josh and Jules, especially like their romance and then the tension. Like, it's just, I didn't think I would be into it, but I was super into it. And then my second favorite so far in the Twisted series is Twisted Games is my second favorite in terms of the ranking. I loved Rias's and Bridges' relationship, and I love how it ended. And I always try to match the tabs to the book cover, so that's why it's all yellow, and then the Twisted Hate's like all pink tabs. So, and then we have Twisted Love. This is number 3 in terms of the ranking for me. I feel like Twisted Love is always put in the very bottom in anyone's ranking in terms of the Twisted series. I feel like a lot of people say like, oh, it's not their favorite, it's not their favorite, it's not their favorite, whatever, this and this and this. But actuality, I love the relationship between Alex and Ava. It was so, so, so good. Like, Anna Huang does a really great job of explaining the characters, and it really feels like you get to know them and their thoughts and feelings and really understand them. And I will say it was really kind of hard to get through in the first I think 8 chapters. It was like really hard for me because I was just starting to get into reading. So the first like 8 chapters or so, it was kind of like hard to get through because it's kind of like world building, and then they always take time. But it was very the transition between this couple and this couple and then the next was really nice. I love the transition that she did. So it made it seem very seamless and not very forced. And then I haven't read this one yet, so now we're gonna move into the bottom shelf right here. So this is my contemporary romance books, and I have 3 authors right here. I know Colleen Hoover's recently become a little bit controversial, but I didn't see anything wrong with it, honestly. There were like very tiny like few sentences that were a little bit like, you know, weird, but I don't know, I just didn't see too much about it. I just didn't see too much wrong with it. I only read November 9 and Ugly Love, and I cried during Ugly Love. I think that was really well written. But these are my 3 favorite authors as of right now, and the reason why I'm saying Colleen Hoover is my favorite author because a lot of people agree on TikTok that Colleen Hoover is just honestly, like, controversials aside, like, she writes her book very, very, very good, and it really does get you out of a reading slump, or if you just don't really feel like reading but you want to read something at least, Colleen Hoover is the girl that you need to go to, regardless if she's controversial or not. She just knows how to write the books well that really get you sucked in very quickly. So Ali Hazelwood, I have read this one. I have not read this Love on the Brain. And then I have read Bride, and then I haven't read Not in Love. And then again, November 9 Ugly Love I have read. And then Verity and Never Never I haven't read. I heard mixed reviews about Never Never, but I heard really, really good things about Verity. So I'm really excited to get into that one. And then I have my Emily Henry books. I have not purchased Funny Story yet because I'm waiting for the paperback version to be released at my local Target so I can snatch it up. And then most of my books are from Target, honestly. And then Not in Love was from the Barnes & Noble's website, exclusive edition because it has the holographic, like, I don't know if I can show you, but look at this. It's so, 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 so pretty. Oh my gosh, it's like cropped. Okay, there you go. It's super pretty. I love it. It's like, look how pretty that is. That is so, so pretty. That's the only reason why I haven't purchased Funny Stories, because I'm waiting for the paperback version. I definitely quickly learned that I'm a paperback girly than a hardback girly. So, and I'm definitely more of a physical book girl than a digital book or audiobook girl. So, as much as audiobooks, I do read audiobooks occasionally, but not often. The Costco book section, like the book table, which they're actually taking away Costco's book table, and they're only gonna make it available during the holidays. So if you ever go to Costco during the holidays, they will have it available, but otherwise yearly they're not going to be available anymore because they don't really get that much attraction or get that many sales on books, from what I've heard. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm currently reading Happy Place. I'm like halfway through, as you can see, and I'm actually really, really enjoying it, but definitely not my top fave. This is not my This is my least favorite so far. I don't know, I'm gonna have to read. This is definitely a reread for me, to give it a second chance. But for me, Beach Read is number 1. People We Meet on Vacation is number 2. This is number 3, and then this is number 4 for me. I thought I would be able to relate to this because I am the bigger sister in my family. So I don't know, something about it. I was really excited for this one too because it's like a whole small town romance. Sorry if you can see this. This is part of my tripod. It like bends and stuff. A little unicorn I got from my high school graduation. And then here's all my Big Hit Entertainment / playlists. Since this is like my K-pop binder with all my K-pop photo cards, postcards, like stickers, inclusions, whatever I get inclusion as in an album. I have it here. Then these two are my only 17 albums at the moment. I have all my TXT albums, so if this is a TXT album, all the way to here is a TXT album. I have my Butter BTS thing right here to kind of make sure as a stopper to make sure that my TXT albums don't knock over. I have this BTS Beyond the Story book. I haven't read it yet, but I do plan on reading it. And then I have my BTS magazines, you know, right there. I don't plan on collecting any other big hit groups, only TXT, 17, and BTS. Even then, 17 is not like a big thing that I'm actively collecting for now. But yeah, so Stray Kids, TXT, and BTS are the groups I'm actively collecting right now. I do hope on someday collect 17 and ATs. I do plan on that, on collecting those, and then eventually I will start collecting Blackpink's albums and like solo stuff. But for now, I'm only doing 3 groups just because I don't have much space to work with. And then down here, let me see if I can you see that? Hopefully. So this is my manga collection, and this is where I carry
all my spare change. So literally, if you open this, you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a bunch of nickels, oh my gosh, I can't speak, nickels, quarters, and dimes and stuff.
But I have my little figurine that I got from Miniso. I forgot what this is called, but yeah. And then I have my Hello Sherry figure that I got. I don't remember where, but yeah, they're usually like this, sitting like this on the top, usually. But yeah, I do plan on growing my manga collection, but right now I'm only actively collecting Villain's Destined to Die and then Witakoi. Fruit Basket's not like a main priority that I'm trying to collect, but I do have Fruit Baskets 1 and 2. I haven't read both of these yet. I purchased this one from Barnes & Nobles and then this one from Barnes & Nobles. Witakoi Volume 1 I purchased from, I think, Target, and then the Volume 2 from Barnes & Nobles. Volume 1 and 2 is from Target, I believe, and then Volume 3 is from Barnes & Nobles. I actually recently purchased this, and I actually recently finished Volume 2. I did finish Volume 1 like last month or so, and then I got Volume 2. I went to search up about Villain's Destined to Die, if it was an ongoing series or finished series. As of right now, from what I can tell, it's an ongoing series. There is Volume 4, which has the blue spine, Volume 5, which has a black spine, and then Volume 6, which is a white spine. There is speculation that Volume 7 will be out. Release date has not been confirmed from anywhere, any source that I could find, so let's hope that there is a Volume 7. But yeah, if you are reading Villain's Destined to Die and you're wondering if this is an ongoing series or how many volumes there is in total, there is 6 volumes in total. I know I was searching online on Google, and there's a lot of misinformation was told about this series in terms of like the actual manga. So yeah, I haven't read volume 2, but I have read volume 1 a few months ago. I really liked the story too, but I'm actually really enjoying Villains Destined to Die right now, so I do expect on getting to volume 6 hopefully this month or sometime next month. I'm not sure, we'll see. Here is my thriller slash, like, I don't know, this is like miscellaneous. It's not really perfectly organized, but I have here We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, and I was really disappointed by this series. I was really hyped up for this on TikTok, and I was just so disappointed by the way it was written. It, like, basically the whole, this, like, I will show you. All the way up until, like, this point. All of this is just talking about the family, the friends, and stuff like that. Only like the last 10 pages or so, last 20 pages or so, this much actually talks about the incident of what happened, and then it lives on a cliffhanger, and it's not even that good of a cliffhanger in my opinion. And again, this is my opinion. I am often don't share my opinions on social media because I always see people get attacked for having one, but yeah. And I did try to annotate this book. As you can see, I annotated, and I was so excited, you know. I was so excited about it. So I annotated things that, like, details that the characters were talking about and mentioning that seemed probably important in the story. But I quickly stopped because I realized that the book was not really that interesting to me, and it wasn't, like, you know, that good to me. Next I have this, which I got from a little free library local to me, and this is I Am Forbidden, and this is talks about a girl who family was murdered, and I think deals through Nazis and stuff, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, strict religion and stuff like that, so it's about a Jewish girl. So I thought this would be cool to read and learn from. But then here's Stone Madness. I heard really good things about this, so I have not read this one. I do plan on reading it this October. I feel like thrillers is the book that's really good for thrillers books, so I'm really excited for this one. Fragments of the Lost. This is the book my sister bought me, and I actually really loved this book. It was so good. It really kept me in, so I'm definitely gonna look for more books from Megan Miranda. I'm definitely gonna search if she has any other published books, because this was really well told and really well said. Yeah, she does have other books, so I'm definitely gonna purchase these books from her in the future. So yeah. And then I have The Perfect Marriage. I bought this from Barnes & Nobles, as you can see, and I haven't read this yet. I do plan on reading. I heard so many good things about this book, so I can't wait to see my thoughts about this. If you want me to do a 24-hour reading challenge or book reviews on here, please let me know, because I would love to do one. I always wanted to do one, but yeah. And then I have this candle that has, like, I don't know if you can see crystals in it, like literally inside of here. So yeah, it got a little bit dust. And then I have here, this book is While I Was Gone. This was a book that one of the books that my old English teacher in high school gave me because he was retiring, and he had a bunch of books that he was planning on getting rid of, and and so he asked all of his students from each class period, if we wanted any of the books and if we wanted to go through them and see which one we wanted to keep. So I wanted to keep this one and then this one right here. These two, because these two were my favorite books to read back in high school. And then Modern Romance. I also got this from a little free library not too long ago, so I do plan on reading it soon. Here I have all my Disney collection books that I've collected over the years. So I have this book from the first Descendants. And then I have also Princess Protection Program, which is one of my favorite movies. Sunny with a Chance, and I did meet one of the actors from Sunny with a Chance. I randomly ran into them a long time ago in Target. I ran into them. Ran into him. Let's see if I could. This actor didn't really, I don't remember if he stayed through all 3 seasons of Sunny with a Chance, but I know he was in the first season or 2, for sure. And then I have a classic show that everyone knows, and it's Hannah Montana, Keeping Secrets. And I'm not sure if every episode has a book that goes with it, but this is the one that I have. Yeah, this is the one that I have. And then of course it has like pictures from the show. All of these Disney books have pictures from the actual show, so that's really cool. This is definitely the first episode, I think, from Hannah Montana. So again, I'm not sure if every episode has a book from Hannah Montana. There we go. So I have High School Musical 1. And again, this one doesn't have any pictures included from the movie. It's just a bunch of writing. I have High School Musical 2. There we go. You can see it. And this one doesn't have any pictures included as well. It just has a bunch of writing. And then I also have High School Musical 3. And again, just writing and no pictures from the actual movie, but it would have been cool if they had like an actual pictures from the movie. Okay. And then I have the 2 books. One book is Big Time Rush, Big Time Edition. So this is the first pilot episode of Big Time Rush, and this does include, the actual, like, every page it's a scene from the actual show. Okay, I had to come back because my phone died, and I had to charge it real quick, but I'm back. So yeah, I was about to say, like, I need to rebind this because it's slowly coming apart. But yeah, I have this Big Time Rush book, and then I also have this One Direction book, which I also need to reinforce the spine. I just don't have the right materials for that, but I will try to get that done in the future for sure. That's something that's in the future I'm gonna have to do. But yeah, so that is those books. And then this purple folder is basically my school folder of all the documents for my college and stuff like that, meetings from counselors and etc. So yeah, I just keep it here because I always need to have it on hand for whenever I make meetings and I talk with my counselors and stuff. So yeah. This last part, I'm gonna have to, these last 3 cubbies I'm gonna have to do with holding my camera slash phone in my hands without using the tripod. Either way, it's, if I do use the tripod is gonna block the whole view of the show. So this is the cubby, BTS cubby. I only have BTS albums in here, and I have some BTS solo albums over there. I do have this Woozy 17 binder, photocard binder, from the Carrot version of, I don't know, Face the Sun Carrot version, and this is Woozy, my bias. But yeah, all my my freebies, or like fan-made photo cards, whatever, are in here that I get as freebies inclusions whenever I do go to a K-pop store. I have the Love Yourself little thing here. I have the Tiny Tan Jimin. Jimin is my bias record. I have Cookie Pin. I have this V cold brew coffee. And then behind here I have the Hobie one. I wanted to get the Jimin one and the Jungkook one, but it was sold out at the time that I was, you know, the time that I purchased them. So yeah, let me see. Okay, so I have Love Yourself albums. I have Love Yourself, her version LOE. I don't have V. And then I have Love Yourself Tear, Y and O. I don't have U and R. And then I have Love Yourself Answer. I only have F. I have all the versions of Map of the Soul Persona, 2 versions of Butter. I have the Astronaut Proof, or Torello 2, HYYH, 2 versions of it. And then I have Face and Gold album in white. I don't plan on getting every single version from these solo albums, just my favorite versions. So but yeah, that's that. Then I have my other continuation of contemporary romance. I have Wildfire and Icebreaker, which I'm currently reading Icebreaker. I have Flawless. I've been wanting to get into cowboy romance. And then I have Breakup Tour. I read the back and I thought it was really, really interesting. And then River Sam, I've read this. I love this one. It's made me cry. The second book that ever made me cry. The first book of Things We Never Got Over by Lacey Shore. Love in Other Words, I've read this and I loved it. Tomorrow, I'm debating on reading this or not. And then Thousand Boy Kisses, also debating on reading this. I'm definitely not gonna read tomorrow, at least for this month. And then back there I have Ernest Hemingway's books. The last one, I have my creative cubby. I call it my creative cubby. This is my student teaching binder. This is my finance binder where I keep receipts and paychecks for my job. This is my art binder where I put all my portrait drawings my finished portrait drawings and unfinished portrait drawings. My very first sketchbook since high school. An empty sketchbook. I have 2 of these. I have another one on my desk. I have my pink sketchbook, which I'm currently using. Then I have my very first K-pop journal, which you guys saw the tour of. I'll link it in description and up in the iCard. So yeah, this is I had to add this, I forgot to add it, but this is my current K-pop journal. This is actually my future K-pop journal that I'm going to use. And then this is my second old sketchbook. This is my traveling sketchbook. Lastly, I'm going to include my Etsy shop, Ethereal. Please go check it out. I put so much love, time, and passion into this, and I really would love it if you guys can show love and support to it. I'm currently working on many other artworks. My goal for the shop is to at least be sold of 2 things so far. This is the money that will have my profile in every social media platform I have. Thank you guys for all the love and the support that you've been showing me on my social media platforms on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I also do respond back to all of your guys' comments, or at least like them, and I do see them, and I love interacting with you guys in the comments. I also want to say thank you to the 2K viewers who watch my Instagram reel of me drawing Felix. Anyways, please go show love and support to my Instagram and also my Etsy shop. More things are coming soon to that shop. So, yeah. Thank you guys, and I'll see you later.